to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the second method of fixing lining into bags. The last one we did was the turnout method. Today we are going to be dealing on the turning method, and this is the bag I want to put the lining, chain and the tote bag. I'm going to be using the drop-in method. So before you do the lining, you have to sew the bag and the lining separately, then you attach it together. So I'm done with the bag. I've sewn the bag, as you can see, so it's there for me to attach the lining. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, get your zip. Now, as you can see, I have two different type of fabric here. I have the fabric for the main bag here, and I have the lining. Now, the reason why I have these two different fabric is because the bag, I don't want the fabric to show at the beginning of the bag, so this will serve as a medium for the beginning of the bag, so it doesn't show the lining. All right, now for this kind of lining, I'm going to be, because my bag has a base, so I'm going to be using a lining with a base. But there are some bags that does not have base, that you just have to notch the side. If the same way you cut your bag and sew your bag, that's the same way you're going to sew the lining. The only difference that I'm using now is I have a separate fabric, two separate fabrics. You can actually use one depending on the color, and you can use two. Now, if you're using these two fabric, always ensure that the fabric is almost the same with your bag. For this one now, my bag is 10 inches for the length, but this is 2 inches and this is 9 inches, making 11 inches. The extra 1 inch is for this part of the bag, so as you attach the zip. Now I'm going to be attaching the zip here for the bag. It's going to be in between the fabric and the lining, as you can see. So I'm going to be showing you now how to attach the zip on the fabric. So as you can see, like I said, the same way you cut out your fabric for the bag, that's the same way you cut out the lining for the bag. The only difference that I have here is that I have a separate fabric and a lining. I'm going to be attaching them together to do the drop-in lining. All right, so pay attention as we go on. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to attach this zip to the lining. Now, as you can see, the zip is longer than the lining. That is because for ease of the zip, when you've attached it to the bag, for ease of the zip, so you can have the zip out completely, that's why I'm going to be attaching a longer zip. So you can add any length that you want at the edge. For mine, I think I'm adding like almost 4. Okay, this is 3.5 inch that I added to it just for the ease of the zip. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is attach the zip to the fabric this way. So this is going to come this way around, and the lining is going to come on it this way. Always remember that the teeth of the zip on the face of the right face of the fabric, and the wrong side of the zip on the right side of the lining. Okay, so I need us to pay attention to something particular at this area. As you can see, I'm going to open the zip a bit at this part. Now I'm going to measure out at least 1/2 inch in this part. Yes, 1/2 inch here, and I'm going to bring out my zip at that point. At that 1/2 inch, I'm going to bring out my zip from there. So you're going to sew on this part of the zip. You're going to sew on the zip here. So ensure you are using a stronger needle, maybe size 22 or size 23 before you sew. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and sew this part now. As you can see, the zip, this part is out. I'm going to explain the reason later. So I'm almost at the edge of the bag. Now I'm going to do something around here, around this edge of the bag, of the lining. I'm going to measure out like 3 inches or 2.5 inches, depending on how you want it to be. I'm going to be using 3 inches for mine. So the same way we did it at the edge of the bag, I'm going to bring out my zip at this part. You can separate the zip here also. So I'm going to bring out my zip. Now the difference is the other one I brought it out. This one I'm going to be taking it in. The head of the purse of the bag is going to be here at this point. Then you're going to be bringing the zip in this way. Can we see it? We're going to be bringing it in, not taking it out as we did the other one. We're going to be bringing it inside. Then we'll continue sewing. Ensure that it does not come out. So you can hold it down with your hand, or you hold it down with a pin so that it doesn't come out while you're sewing. So this is what we have right here. As you can see, this part of the zip is in and this part of the zip is out. So as time goes on, you will see the essence why this is in and this is out. I'm going to show you as we continue. So you do the same thing for this other side of the zip. You can actually detach it, then you input your zipper later. So for ease, you can actually detach it. So we are going to have something like this, the teeth facing each other. Can we see it? So we'd have something like this. These are the two sides. So the next thing we are going to do is attach your zipper. Now when we've attached your zipper, we're going to join the two sides together. That is if you are using this method, not the notched bottom method. If you are using this, if you are not boxing the corners, you are using a base. This is how we are going to sew it. But if you are actually boxing the corners too, we are going to join the sides, join the two sides together. So let's go ahead and join it. So I've joined these sides, join it together with the zipper. But for this other side, you bring in the zipper like this before you join the sides. Because if you join it with the zipper, this allowance is wasted. So you bring it in before you sew the sides together. So go ahead and sew it. So as you can see, I've attached the two sides together. Now this is the allowance I was talking about. You see the reason why we had to leave this extra space, so that it can open up and you can have enough space for the zip. So we can drop the zip in like this or leave it out. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing is joining the base of the lining. Alright, so as you can see, I've joined the lining and we have an equal thing like this. The bag and the lining, they look the same way. So I'm going to turn this one out. I'm going to turn the lining out. I'm through with this part of the bag, the lining. So I'm going to place it into the bag this way. As you can see, this is the wrong side. I'm going to be placing the wrong side of the lining into the bag. That's on the wrong side of the bag too. I'm going to be placing it in like this. And it's called the drop-in method. So dropping it into the bag. So ensure it's staying well. Fix every corner. Alright, so you're going to fold in the bag so as to get the equal edge of your bag. And start at this corner. You can pin it down. See? So just fold it down a bit, and you can top stitch with your needle and thread, just the way I did this one. You can top stitch the lining to that, and you can just fold it like this. We are going to sew this part of the bag, this lining. We are going to sew it round this way. After you folded this in, you can actually top stitch if you're still learning. You use your needle and thread to top stitch that part until you get the equal side you want. So after joining the lining, this is the lining part to the bag. This is what we're going to have. We'll stitch it around. So we have, this is the line inside the bag range, and this is the outer part of the bag. So you can see we have this way. So this is how to make the drop-in method. I think it's kind of simpler. This is how to make the drop-in method for bags, especially for handbags. So like I said earlier, so that the lining doesn't show, that's why I included this extra material. But if you want the lining to show, you don't need the extra material included. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel for more videos on bag making. Thank you very much. Bye.